he's on the screen. So he's moving through the screens and it's going to another screen. It's like a photo of a photo.
All right, could I get someone to read the text at the start before part A?
A loan is taken out with a principal of $10,000. The bank charges interest at a rate of 6% per annum. Compounded monthly. The loan is paid off with regular monthly repayments of $2,500 until the final repayment, which may be less.
All right, thanks, Lou. All right, so in today's class, we're going to start analyzing loans using a table. Next week, we'll use a finance solver on the cash calculator, which will make life even easier. So, part A, you should already be able to do if you followed what we did in yesterday's class. So, please take a moment to see if you can set up the recurrence relation for this loan.
No.
I will highlight the key information for you. All right, so I'll give you 1 minute to set up the recurrence relation for this loan, and then we'll talk about it. You may also find this useful. Well, it has been about a minute, so take a moment to compare your answers to the people next to you. All right, I'm going to call on some people. So, Jason, would you like to make a contribution? You can start wherever you like, but tell us something that will help us make some progress. V0. Okay, what's V0? Okay, that's good. V0 is the value of the loan at the start. You borrow $10,000. Okay, let's go with Jordan. Would you like to contribute something? Okay, yes, that is right. Now we need something else as well. Okay, so we've borrowed $10,000, so now I owe that money to the bank. Vn is the amount of money I owe, and it's going to go down, so I'm subtracting it because over time I'm going to pay off the loan, and eventually I'll owe nothing to the bank, and I'll be fine and dandy. Now, Jordan told us to use 1.005, and this number isn't in the question. So it's worth taking a moment to remember where this came from. So Kai, I'm going to ask you, where does the 1.005 come from?
So we take 1 plus, we do the R calculation. So
Okay.
we do 1 plus 6 divided by 12 over 100.
Great. So lowercase r equals 6. Capital R equals 1 plus lowercase r divided by 12 divided by 100. And if you do that calculation, you get 1.005. point. So if you're here, and I know that as Year 12 students, you're now at a point where you may be starting to fall behind. If you have difficulty setting this equation up, you need to let me know today, like during this class, and I'll prepare a plan for you to catch up. Okay? Because none of the rest is going to make any sense until you set this up. Do you ask me the question?
How do you know when to do 1 plus the 1 takeaway?
That's a good question. So right now, we've only got annuities and reducing balance loans. So we've never actually done anything with a plus except for a compound interest investment.
No, like the 1 plus 6 over 12. Or the 1 takeaway 6 over 12.
Okay. So this is when you're getting interest. You're getting interest, right? So anyone can be charging interest. Interest means you're increasing the amount. So I'm plussing here. But if I'm depreciating, I'm shrinking the value. So then I will use minus. Okay? So when you're looking at flat rate depreciation, reducing balance depreciation, you'll use minus. But if you've got compound interest, you're going to plus. Okay. So Harry, Tom, Jazz, I have to tell you many times each class. Okay, so now we're going into new territory now. We're going to look more closely at the loan. So the bank's going to charge us interest. That's this part here, causing the amount to grow. And usually that happens at the start of the month. So at the start of the month, I'll just write this down for you. Start of month, interest. End of month, payments. And the payment is here. We're making a payment of $2,500. So this is a question that we need to be able to answer. How much interest will the bank charge us in the first month? It's not exactly clear what it is unless you've done a calculation like this before. Does anyone have any ideas?
Would you just do 1.005 times 10,000 minus 2,500, so basically do it once, and then minus that from 10,000. I mean, minus 10,000 from that.
So that's a great idea, Tom. The only thing I'll say is you're not going to include this part. So let me explain what's happening here.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah.
So 1.005. So don't write the blue. Sorry about this. I know this is a bit of a different format than what you're used to. 1.005 times 10,000 is 10,000.
1.005 times 10,000. Oh.
Hang on, am I?
101510.
Yeah.
It's 10,000.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I owe the bank $10,000. And when we do this step here, the bank has charged us interest. So after the bank charges interest, but before I've repaid the bank, I owe the bank $10,000.50. So it started at 10,000. Now I'm at 10,050. The interest is the amount that it grew by. So how much did the bank charge us?
$50.
Okay, that's the amount of interest that the bank charged you. Okay, so this is one way you could calculate it. I'll leave it up to you how you want to write this. So this is one way, $50. Here's another way. Change the 1 to a 0. So now I've got 0.005. This is just the interest part. Times 10,000 equals 50. And personally, that's what I do. Okay, notice the blue writing is 2 calculations. The green writing is 1 calculation. Okay. Yes, Taylor. Sorry, speak up.
Does that work with all of the our names?
Yes. As long as it's interest, meaning that it's growing. Okay, so Kai, since you're chatting, I'll ask you the next question. So, the bank has charged me $50 of interest, and I'm going to pay the bank $2,500 back.
2,450.
Okay, and how did you get that?
That's you just minus 50 from 2,000.
That's right. So I pay the bank $2,500, but not all of this money will go towards paying off the loan. Some of it will pay off the interest first. Okay?
So then you minus that from 10,000.
That's right. So originally, this is part D now. I owed the bank $10,000. The bank charged me $50 interest, which means I can only reduce the principal by $2,450.
So are you writing down the blue going?
Okay. All right. Before I continue, I'm going to open up an opportunity for you to ask questions about the blue calculations here. Because we're about to do it 4 more times. Okay? And then we'll have filled in the table. So we've actually done the first row of the table here. Okay? So if there are no questions, yes, Taylor.
Question C, why does it refer to DB?
Say that again.
In the third question, it refers to 2,500 as the principal, but isn't the principal 2,000?
Yeah, part C is asking how much does the principal reduce? So how much does it change? Does that make sense? So it changes by 2,450 going downwards, and its new value is 7,500. Good questions. Okay, so in the first month, we are going to pay the bank 2,500. The bank charges us $50 of interest. The principal goes down by 2,450, and the balance of the loan is 10,000 minus 2,450, which is 7,550. Okay. Okay. I am starting to lose my memory. You're going to have to help me fill in the next few rows of the table. Wrong. Oh, sorry. You guys will have to do the heavy lifting now.
I guess you aren't going to teacher anymore.
No. You'll have to get a new teacher. Tom, what's up? Yeah.
Is the repayment all 2,500?
No, except for the last one's less.
So, yeah, that's a really good question.
Less than 2,500.
Eventually,
Probably somewhere around 126.25.
so Tom, because it's interest, at some point I might owe the bank less than $2,500 in the last month. So if I only owe the bank $50, am I going to pay them $2,000?
Yes.
No.
Definitely.
Why do you want to give your money to the bank?
They're going to pay your loan faster because then you earn less interest on it.
Yes, but we've got fixed payments here. This is the last payment. Tom, it's like this. Let's say.
Yeah, no, that's alright.
All right, so Tom, why don't you apply your knowledge? What's the repayment here?
2005.
Okay. Tim, I'm going to ask you. Interest.
Interest, would that not be 400? Or am I not mathing?
50?
It's not 50 and it's not 100.
Even 400.
No,
3,400.
no.
Not right.
Mine's got a hand up, guys.
Okay, Anthony, what do you want to say?
The interest is 37.75. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Okay, so Anthony has found the interest, 37.75. But where did it come from?
You go 0.005 times 7,550.
Oh.
Okay, so this is why the interest has gone down. I don't owe the bank as much money now. I don't owe the bank $10,000 anymore. So the bank will charge interest on this new amount, not 10,000. Okay? So over time, this interest column is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it reaches close to zero. So the time when you are paying the most interest on your loan is at the very beginning. So if you ever take out a loan, it's in your best interest to put the extra money in early rather than late. All right, Cooper, how much does the value of the principal reduce? Okay, Brian?
2,460.
Speak up.
2,463.
Yep, I think that's right. So I'll do the calculation on the side. 2,500 minus 37.75 equals 2462.25. You can use a calculator for all this, by the way. All right, Michaela, what's the balance of the loan? So this is how much I owed at the beginning. This is how much I owed. And this is how much I'm paying. Okay, and what did you put into the calculator?
7,550
Right.
You're really 7,000. Yeah, you got it. Just trying to
Okay, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna ask you a feedback. You can give a thumbs up if you're okay with everything so far. A thumbs down if you're lost, and a middle if you're like, maybe a few more, and I'll be better. Okay, thank you. All right, so this is what this number means. I've made 2 payments. Now I owe the bank $5,087.75. The repayments continue. So my regular repayment is $2.5 grand. So I'll pay back 2,500. Now the bank charges interest at the start of the month. The bank charges interest at a rate of 0.5% per month on this amount. So 0.005 times okay, something is happening now which we need to make a decision about. Why do you want to round out, Jason?
Because more money.
And
Less money.
okay,
Let's round down.
yeah,
Yeah, let's round down.
yeah. So it's we're dealing with money. How many decimal places should we round to? Two decimal places. So round to the nearest dollar. That's the convention. So the bank is going to charge us $25.44, not 43 cents. Okay. We pay 2.5 grand. 25.44 did not go to reducing the balance of the principal.
Come on, do that in your head, bro. Come on. I feel like it would be that hard.
Oops. Do it in blue.
You want the number?
Sure.
Oh, you got it. That's it. Well done.
I've got a calculator here. I'm cheating. I've got a calculator. Not actually. Wait.
Wait, what have you done?
It shouldn't have gone up. Why shouldn't it have gone up?
Because it's going down.
I'm paying back.
613.19.
Interest rates just shut up. Until like
No. This your principal should never increase if you're paying off a loan. Unless you miss the payments. Okay?
It increased the first time.
No.
pay back $50 each time.
10,000.
Oh, the balance.
It's going down. You're paying off the loan.
Yeah.
Okay?
You only pay off the interest. You just pay $50 each time.
Yep.
Subscription limit $10,000.
Okay, Harry. I am going to be charged interest in the fourth payment. So what number should go here? Or how can I work it out?
13.06.
Okay, and how did you get that number? Okay. Would someone like to jump in? And
0.005 times 2,630.19.
It comes to like 13.
yes, Taylor.
I got 13.067.
I got 0.
I got 0.07. Yeah, I got.
Well, I'm just checking the calculation now.
13.07 to 13.0066.
Yep.
0.066.
Yes, so you do round it up.
Hooray!
Can someone just check that that's correct?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't think I will try this one in my head.
126.26. Now, I wasn't sure about the next one.
Okay. Isn't it good that I created an example where we could explore this?
Yeah. It's wonderful.
So, 8C is all about the first few rows. 8D is about the last payment. So I've actually covered two exercises here.
Okay, so 5.
Okay. So I haven't told you what to do. So we'll figure it out. But Mary, you want to say something?
Oh my, I love this.
I was just gonna say, interest is charged before the final payment. So we have to first round it like to the next number and then pay it.
Very good. So, Ray has offered a very important insight here. The final payment is not $126.26 because the bank will charge us interest. Okay, so this is a very common exam question where they don't tell you that you need to charge interest on the final payments. You need to know that. Okay, so usually in the last question of the finance part of the exam, they'll have a question about this, and most people get it wrong because they don't charge the interest. So we need to do that. Which means we can't actually fill in this column yet. We need to fill out this column first. Okay, so how much interest is the bank going to charge us? 0.005 times 126.26.
0.23.
Alright, so then the x to the other two columns, 126.89. 126.89.
Thank you.
And in fact, 0.
126.89.
So 1, and the principal reduction is like 126.5.6-ish, maybe.
Wait, what?
Hmm.
No, that's 126.89 as well, because that's still how much you reduced it from. Oh no.
Yeah, okay, so to be honest, I didn't teach this to my class last year. Oops. So you'll notice that every time I go down this table, this number minus this number gives me this number. This number minus this number gives me this number. This number minus this number gives me this number.
So it'd be 126.26.
I think it might be 126.26, but I need to check that before I teach that to you. So how about you get started on 8C now? I'll check 8D, and we'll go from there. Okay, so sorry for the cliffhanger. I didn't plan ahead enough for this. Okay. But the answer to part F is 126.89. Yes.